This program is brought to you by First National Bank of Durango, the bank that built Durango.
You're watching Durango TV News. I'm Ashley Dixon. If you play guitar, you know it when you feel it. That sweet spot of harmonious tension, tone, and intonation when you strum the strings of your instrument. That moment of musical perfection is what Curt Mangan wants every guitar player to feel. And he has built a thriving international business by custom manufacturing guitar strings out of his warehouse in Cortez. Curt Mangan guitar strings are coveted by guitar players worldwide. Thomas Rhett, Matt Schofield, and Alex Hines are all among his fans, as are musicians with Lady Antebellum and Miranda Lambert, just to name a few. Mangan says his success is because he makes guitar strings that he wants to play.
It's tone and it's also feel. I mean, how it feels in your hand, and if you're bending it, and that you can, like I say, that it just feels right and sounds right. And that's, so we made a string that we liked, and then we hoped that other people would like it as well.
Mangan's road to the manufacturing world literally began in Berthoud, Colorado, where he took up the guitar at the age of 10. When the Beatles craze hit America, Mangan decided that music was his calling. He continues to play professionally and has produced a number of labels over the years. His album, Promise, recorded in 1980, has been named by Shindig magazine as one of the top 20 best Beatle-esque albums of all time. The album was re-released by Garrison Records to an international fan base earlier this year. Mangan also works for 17 years as Director of Sales and Marketing for Ernie Ball, the largest manufacturer of electric guitar strings in the world. The experience taught him about manufacturing and running a business. He left the company in 2004 to start his own manufacturing shop in California. 2 years later, he moved his guitar string operation to Cortez. Guitar strings are made from a core wire that's wrapped in another wire. The thickness of the wires, the types of metals used, the tension applied to the string while it's being wrapped, the seed which the exterior wire is applied around the cord are all variables that affect the tone, intonation, and longevity of the guitar string. Mangan said that his team experiments with all those variables until he's satisfied with the sound and feel of the strings. To this day, he tests each batch of handmade guitar strings before they're hand-wrapped and hand-packed for shipments to retailers around the world.
We have a saying here that, making strings isn't rocket science. It's quite a bit harder than that.
Mangan sells his guitar strings online and to independent music retailers worldwide. And limiting sales to independent retailers is part of his word-of-mouth marketing strategy.
Having been an independent retailer myself in the past, I just wanted to design the company to where we catered to the independent retailer, and we tried to make it as easy for them to get what they needed when they needed it, where there's no hoops that they need to jump through or anything like that. If you need a single 62,000 nickel wound string, well, just order a single. That's what we want you to get. We want you to get what you need when you need it.
Mangan also makes guitar string packages designed specifically for individual musicians. It's all about service and making guitar strings that sound like musicians want them to sound. To learn more about Curt Mangan guitar strings, visit his website at curtmangan.com.
This program is brought to you by First National Bank of Durango, the bank that built Durango.